This is Ramsgate. It's lifts all the time. Let's start us off with the Benny lifts in the car park. These lifts are very awesome. The buttons have been replaced, but apart from that, everything else is completely original. Yes! These lifts still have their original relay logic, which is very awesome, and these lifts do not have a lift chooser, which means that when you press the button on the outside, the course is presented to the lifts. There's no system that actually chooses which lift serves the call. Although despite this, these lifts are not as simple as some lifts that don't have a lift chooser, because if you press the button, both lifts don't come and open their doors at the exact same time. Because there is some sort of mechanism, so if both lifts can equally serve the call's only presented to one lift. So it's not like a completely simple system, but this system does definitely not have a full proper lift chooser in it. As you can demonstrate on the top floor, just standing on the top floor is quite a regular occurrence that a lift just randomly comes up there and opens its doors. I haven't pressed the button to call the lift, no one inside to press the button for a lift to go up there. It's quite regular actually. The top floor is completely deserted, there's no cars up there. Every now and then, the lift comes up. And the reason for this is when both lifts try and serve a call at the same time. One lift gets there first, which leaves for the other lift to just keep on going. And with no calls, it just keeps going until it gets to the top floor where it's forced to stop anyway. And also this confuses a lot of people inside lift because the indicator doesn't work and a lot of people are not very observant. So the doors open and then people get out thinking it's their floor. So then, let's ride these lifts.
Doors closing. Third floor. Doors opening. Doors closing. Going down.
Along we go to the East Beach lift. This lift was originally built in the 1910s and the lift shaft's actually been listed. The lift was replaced in the 1950s with a Wadsworth lift. Now, Wadsworth lifts are very rare, but surprisingly there's actually quite a few around the Ramsgate area. Sadly, this lift was modernised in the early 2000s and the logic's been replaced with Leicester controls.
Mind the door. Doors closing.
first ever time as someone's actually come up to me and offered to show me the motoring without me even having to ask. As this lift's owned by the council, but the running of the lift has been franchised out to the cafe that the lift goes down to, and the people in the cafe noticed us filming the lift and actually came over and offered to show me the motoring. Sadly, the logic has been replaced with shitty old Leicester controls, but the motor is still original. Sadly, the nameplate on the motor is a bit worn out and I couldn't see who made it, and the design of this motor set looks very typical of Ball Motors, although I'm not actually sure if it is made by Ball Motors or another motor company, or whether it was actually made by Wadsworth themselves. Now, long ago, two of the self-offices in the middle of Ramsgate. These are 1970s lifts, but sadly they've been horribly modernised out of all recognition. I couldn't tell what these lifts originally were, which is very disappointing. And now we go along to a solicitor's, which has an original 1960s Pickering's Econo lift. Sadly, they've added inner doors, and I went into a solicitor's. Usually these buildings like offices above shops and you just go in and ride lifts. Even though this building was similar to this, the reception was actually downstairs. So when I went in, I had to talk to reception, and I was sent into this really weird old-fashioned waiting room around the corner, and annoyingly, I was actually left waiting there for 20 minutes, which is very annoying. And after 20 minutes, a rather weird old solicitor came down from upstairs, and he did not get the point of lift filming whatsoever. I was very grumpy and said I couldn't film a lift. What an idiot! Anyway, along we go to the next lift, which is the West lift. This lift is abandoned, and this is what it looks like. This lift looks very 1930s, very Art Deco, and it looks like an automatic door lift with a button to press. And the only company that was actually making automatic door lifts in the 30s was Otis. Otis were the only lift company of this time that were making like lifts that's like very modern design, lifts that don't even look that dissimilar to a modern day lift, despite the fact they were built in the 30s. But the button doesn't look very Otis, which is quite odd. Either this was an original 1930s Otis, or this lift originally had a sort of sliding door. I wouldn't have thought it'd be a gated door. Maybe it was like one of these sort of like kitchen looking doors that slides open, and made by some smaller lift company rather than Otis. So I don't actually know the original manufacturer of this lift, but sadly this lift's been boarded up, so I can't really see what it looks like at all, which is very disappointing.